I'm so sorry. I'm 5 minutes late. I was in another group, and that reminds me to tell you guys, it's okay to make mistakes. It is so okay to make mistakes. It's so not ideal. I hate being late, but I am so sorry. My name is Amber Tillinghast, and I am here to talk to you about building your business with strangers. It is an essential part of our business, and oh, thank you, Sarah. I was in the wrong group. Okay, so it's so okay to make mistakes. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I encourage you to go out and make as many mistakes as you can, because there's no such thing as a mistake. You learn from it. You know, I know next time before I go live to pay attention what freaking group I'm in, okay? So, all right, I am a crown princess, and I have been with SeneGence since December of 2016, and so I'm celebrating my 2-year anniversary. Yes, fail forward. My 2-year anniversary on the 19th. Thank you for the hearts. And I am so honored and blessed to come on here and share my experience, strength, and hope with all of you. Thank you, Allison, so much for asking me to share. I am just honored. If you guys are watching this live, drop me a heart. And if you're watching this on the replay, give me a 2. I love talking to strangers. I think something that is so important is to just be real and to be yourself, right? Because that is the most attractive thing, most attractive quality you have is you and your personality. No one can be you. And I love to just share the real about myself. I'm not super good at being fake, and so I am a mom of 3 children, one of which is in heaven, and you know, that was obviously the worst thing that someone could go through, and also there truly is always a silver lining, and I know that everyone has pain, and I personally draw a lot of strength from that experience. And I think that I've been able to gain a lot of grit from that experience. So when somebody tells me, I've got to invite people. Okay. So when somebody tells me no, I don't care, because I have been through so much worse. You're not talking to me. I have been through so much worse in my life. So tell me no. Like, who freaking cares if you tell me no? I love this product, and I love sharing it with other people. So, kidding. You want to be in my video? Yeah, I can use all the help I can get. Just kidding. I love connecting with people, and I feel like that's really innately what we all want, even the introverts, right? You know, you want to connect with people, and if you want to grow your business, you better learn to want to connect with people, because eventually your warm market is going to run out. And not only that, but you would be really robbing somebody of the opportunity to change their entire life. I know that this business has changed mine. Hi, Lori. Hi, Brooke. Hi, Sarah. I have always loved makeup, but I never really wore lipstick, and so bossy. I have never really worn lipstick, and when I found Blue Red, I fell in love. I don't know what it did to me, but it like set my soul on fire, and I can't even describe it. It seems like such a small thing, but what we have and what we're sitting on is a freaking gold mine. Seriously, we've been around 20 years, and people still have not heard of LipSense, and if they have, they haven't tried it. So I roll my eyes all day long when I hear about how the market's so saturated and there's so many distributors and blah, 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 blah. You know, that's all like, no. Thank you. So I think it's so important to be relatable and share yourself. And something that I like to do is make sure that I'm sharing myself on Facebook, like real things about my personal life and things that I like, so that when I meet strangers and they stalk me on Facebook, they can look through and see, yeah, she's a makeup artist. Oh, look, she lost a child. Look, she's a sober alcoholic. She enjoys working out. Like, I am a cool person and I have some awesome like interests and life experience. And so that's cool for me. So I think it's so elementary, but wearing stripes, thank you. Wearing stripes is the single most important thing that you can always do to rock out your business, because this is freaking epic right here. I can't imagine doing any other direct sales company. They don't have this. This is amazing. This blows my mind. I've got kids, so I don't always have a lot of time to be doing this in the morning. I make sure that when I get out of the shower at night, I put my stripes on. Because I feel like I'm in the game, and I have worn these stripes every day since I signed up. And that was 4 days after I got my lip sense, by the way. So, you know, these are just so powerful. And, you know, I know a lot of other Senna sisters have said, you know, if you don't share this opportunity, you never know what you could be, you know, robbing somebody else of the opportunity to change their lives. So you got to know what to say too, right? So don't just stop there, and practice makes perfect. And be like, fail, you guys, like, say something stupid. Who cares? Mindset is so super important. So you got to tell yourself it's okay. Give yourself grace, right? Just like mom life or being a wife or being a friend, give yourself grace. It is okay if you stumble on your words, or if you stutter, or if you, you know, say something like, I always think about Dirty Dancing, you know, when she was carrying the watermelon, and Patrick Swayze's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I carried a watermelon. And she's like, I carried a watermelon? You know, we all have those moments. None of us in this business are flawless and just perfect all the time, right? Like, we've all said, I've carried a watermelon. Let's be real. It's okay, you guys. What is going to happen the more you do that is you're not going to talk about, you know, how you carried a watermelon. You're just going to be more natural about it. And so you want to know what to say, and you don't want to be like overbearing, weird, like, yeah, I sell lip sense, it's really awesome, I have some in my bag, do you want to buy some right now? Like, they're not a piece of meat, they're a person. How would you want to be approached by a stranger in public that you've never met before? You want to find a way to connect with them, and you know, remember to listen more than you talk, ideally more than you talk. So when somebody mentions my stripes, I'll usually say, hey, have you been at Sephora? Have you been at Ulta? Oh, no, it's this lipstick. It doesn't come off all day. I put these on like yesterday. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't come off. So try to have your lips on. Guilty. It's okay. It's okay. It's all okay. It's all a learning experience. I don't know what I'm doing, but I've done pretty well just sharing my passion, because I have so much passion for what we are doing, for the way that other people's lives around me have changed, for the way that my life has changed because of this. And I love sharing that with other people. And I love it when I put it on them and they go, wow, like, I live for that. It's amazing, you know, or when they sign up and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, like, I sold all this, you know, I sold 10 mascaras this morning. Yeah, it's awesome. You can sit around in your bra and your underwear while your kids are, you know, like, whatever, wrecking the house, or you're feeding them breakfast, like pancakes and, you know, doing dishes or whatever. It's for anyone. So I know I'm like super all over the place. I have so much to say, and I'm trying not to just like read all of my notes because I like to be real and relatable, and so that's what I'm trying to do, to stay out of my head a little bit. A lot of people, it's easy with the stripes, right? But how do you talk to somebody if they don't talk about your stripes? How, like, you see someone and you're like, man, I want to talk to them. So I'm going to tell you a few stories. One time I was at the grocery store and this woman had tofu on her, on the, at the checkout. And so I thought to myself immediately, like, I like tofu, but I don't know a bunch what to do with it. I wonder what she's doing with it. You know what? I'm going to ask her what she's doing with it. I'm going to start a conversation. I'm going to not be a lazy person, a lazy SeneGence distributor. It's brick, outlined brick, and filled in with blue, red, and red glitter. No, not red glitter. I'm not going to be a lazy person. I'm not going to take the easier, softer way and like miss that opportunity, because that's what it is when you don't open your mouth and you don't talk to somebody. It's a missed opportunity for you and for them. So I said, I love tofu. What are you doing with your tofu? And, she told me that she's making this, taco recipe. And I said, oh, and then she said, and she had a bunch of vegetables on her cart too. And she said, we went vegan a couple months ago and I really love vegetables. And I just said, well, that's a good thing because you have a lot of them. And I said, you know what else is vegan? Which we used to be vegan, but the patent is gone, right? But you could say like, you know what else is vegan? Because she said vegan, and it's like these key words kind of like set an alarm off in my brain, and it's like a perfect segue, to talk about what we got going on. You know what else is vegan? Because I have my stripes on, I could say it. Don't be like, damn, I wish I had my stripes on right now so I could bust out with this, right? Good morning, Kelly. I have, this that doesn't come off, and it's also vegan. And we have a whole line, and, pause, and see her reaction. Watch for her body language. Listen for the cue that comes from the girl that you're talking to. Hi, Martha. Oh, I keep freezing. Do I keep freezing for everyone else? I hope not. So, going for your MUA is so, like, it just makes it really easy to lead the conversation there. So I said to the woman, she was super interested. She had her body language engaged. I was closing that then, right? And she kept looking at me, and I'm like trying to respect the checker. She's checking out, and I said, I'll wait here for you. And she paid for her groceries, and we went out front, and not only did I have my stripes, but I had a few testers, and I pulled out some that I thought would look great on her, and I marked her. I put some stripes on the back of her hand, and I said, I am going for makeup artist certification with my company, right? Because I'm a professional and I work with a company. And so with my company, and I need 58 faces, and I would love for you to be my model. They would love to think like I'm a model. So she did, and she said, yeah, I would love that. And I said, great, what are your days off? And anyway, we got our schedules out. I booked the appointment. We're done, right? So another couple people that I met last week, just trying to think about recent stories. I used to like fast forward through stories, but I've come to realize that stories are so important, and that we need to listen to the stories because we can share them and draw from them greatly in this business at so many different times. So I was at the gym, and for me, like, I don't know what it is, but I suck at wowing at Target. Like, maybe that's because that's my mindset. I don't know. I got to work on it, but you've got to do what works for you. So, scripts are great. And the more you practice your response and your engagement with people, the more you're going to find your way. And that's going to be, I think, the most successful for you. You can't be anyone else. So I was at the gym, and there was this really cute girl. She had, a braid, and there was pink in her hair, and she was super pretty, and her hair was cute. So you always want to start off with a compliment when you're talking to somebody, because who doesn't love a compliment? Like, no one doesn't love a compliment unless they're weird. So in that case, you don't want to hang out with them. Just kidding. So I said, I went up to her and I said, I love your hair. It's so cute. And she said, oh, thank you. I actually put this pink in myself. And I said, really? I was like, and I love how you have it in the braid and everything, and I just started a conversation with her just like that. Boom. We connected, and she was engaging with me. She was open. She was friendly. She was not being closed off. She wasn't giving me one-worded responses. She was having a conversation with me. Like, she's like, come on, girl. So I came in and I said, have you heard of LipSense? And she said, no. And I said, it's this lip color that doesn't come off. And I wear lipstick to the gym every time I go work out. And I have found that wearing Violet Volt or Lilac Lacquer in colors like that, people always compliment them when I wear those colors. So just like note to self, I've even worn the Skyline and gotten a lot of compliments on it. So if you can wear stuff like that, yes. And she said, no. And I said, well, I am an independent distributor for the company, and I'm going for my makeup artist certification with the company, and I need 58 faces, and I would love for you to be my model. And she was like smiling. She was engaged still, right? And so she was my model, and I did her makeup, and we've become like friends and gym friends, and we work out. And another girl, I liked her pants a lot. I mean, how many cute workout clothes do you see all the time? And I said, I love your pants. Where did you get those? And she was like, I think I got them at Goodwill. And then she was like, and I said, what kind are they? And she was like looking for her tag. Like, I don't know what kind they are, but they're so comfortable. And again, she was engaging with me. She was into me, right? And same thing. What I said to her was, I said, I love your eyebrows. They are so pretty. And she said, thanks. And I said, do you wear makeup when you're, not at the gym? And she said, yeah. And again, I told her I'm going for my makeup artist certification. So that is gold. I mean, gold. I'm definitely going to be going for my Elite MUA. I am 9 faces away. I did math wrong, you guys. I thought I needed 7. So that is huge. Let's see. You want to look put together too. Like, don't be lazy. It's part of your uniform to look like an authority on what you're doing. Don't be a frump and a schlump. Find some earrings. You want to accessorize a little bit more. Like, be like, fashion. That's your job. So, I don't always look like that 24/7. When I'm obviously at the gym, I'm not going to put a full face on, but I will put lips on, and I definitely always have stripes on. And I carry my Wow bag everywhere. I know there's different opinions on that. And again, you always have to do what works for you and your business. And it works for my business. I was at the grocery store the other day, and I had my Wow bag on, and this lady said, oh, I love your LipSense bag. And I said, oh, thank you. And she said, what colors do you have on? So we're talking, and it turns out she was a distributor. She went inactive. She's never tried any of the other stuff. Guess who's coming over tomorrow as one of my faces for my MUA? Yes, Terry is going to come sit in my chair. So, yeah. So you want to look put together. I look cute. I have my hair done. I had my makeup on. You always want to make sure that you've got brows, that you have some sort of mascara or liner, that you have cheeks, and that you have lips. Take 5 minutes. Put yourself together. Okay, let's see. Be prepared. Practice makes perfect. And it's okay to not be perfect, you guys. And when I see someone, MUA certification, ask your upline about it if you don't know what it is. Also, Glia did a great video about it in this group, so check that out. There's so many great videos in here. You guys have been killing it. I love this business, and I love you guys, and I love being around you. You just make me feel good. Okay, so let's see. Do what works for you. Okay, yeah. Okay, a good attitude. So like your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So don't be like, you know, morose. Like, smile when you're out in public. The smile is the prettiest thing that you can be wearing all the time. And it's attractive. So like, and it's kind of funny to see, because I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I'll be in Scottsdale sometimes smiling at people and they don't smile back. And it's a trip. So, you know, have that positive self-talk. Like, I have something everybody wants. I have a gift to give, and I am a spokesperson for, I don't know, for change, for opportunity, for a way of a means to maybe have people put food on their table that they didn't have before, to have a debt-free Christmas, you know, to accomplish dreams and goals that they never would have been able to do. Seriously. So have that attitude, like, I am missing out on an opportunity if I don't speak to this person. If I don't just see how they respond and what they say, like, I'm huge missing out. So work your business, you guys. Look the part. All right. So what are some things that you guys say when people ask you about your stripes? So I like to be nonchalant about it, and I don't even say it's lip sense. I just say it's this, you know, it's this lipstick that doesn't come off all day. It's so crazy, right? That's so fun. It never gets old. Never gets old. So you have to prepare to be creative and think on the fly, because you obviously always want to be leading the conversation back to the makeup. And back to, you know, introducing them to that, right? So like the tofu, be creative and not desperate. And don't be just like talking too much. So, okay, the question that never gets asked never gets answered. I love that saying. It's okay if they say no, you guys. If you guys get no's, that means that you're working your business. And if you get no's, I'm proud of you. And yeah, I want to challenge you guys to get some no's this weekend. It is like prime time shopping for people, okay? Ask the husbands if they need anything for their wives, get some no's. Ask the ladies if they need some holiday colors, get some no's. Do it. If you don't have, you know, you don't need to have a ton of colors. Really, the best asset that you ever have is your mouth and your personality and your attitude, because passion is the biggest magnet that you can ever have. People want passion. They're bored, they're lonely, you know, they're searching for so much more than just this makeup. Maybe they want to be your friend. Maybe they just spend every day, you know, they don't know how to meet people. Like, there's so many, and those of you that have been in this, you know, maybe even not that long, see the many benefits that you don't even think of when you sign up to be a distributor, right? The way that you get to touch people's hearts that you just would have never thought that. Thank you, Elisa. It's not creepy. I love it. People, they just love that, and they love when you're touching their face, and if you're giving them compliments and making them feel good and feeling, you know, connected. Hi, Whitney. She's great at connecting with people. So educating them and adding value to their life. That's what you're doing, and that's what we're doing all day long, every day. So I don't give out my business card. I always text them and I say, I will give you my digital business card. And what do you do with business cards? I throw them in the trash. I just personally not a fan. I text them, and I've seriously only been told maybe 3 times that they didn't want to give me their number. So I don't care if they don't want to give me their number. That's cool. Next. That's a really great mantra to have in your head. If you have no other mantra, next, because I'm coming for next, whoever's next, right? I'm not going to stop with, when somebody tells me no. I have way more determination than for my passion, which is huge, to be smashed by somebody telling me no. It's not a big deal, and I think they're missing out. It's your loss. Bye, Felicia. So text them your business cards, save your information in your phone, and text it to them. So pay attention to the body language. We talked about that. If you're talking and they're halfway, turned away and they're like this and you're talking to them, I just try to end the conversation as quickly as possible so I can move on to next. And I just laugh, and I have to laugh at myself because I do kind of feel stupid. It's not that I don't feel kind of stupid, because I feel afraid and I feel vulnerable, and I did that and they're turning away, but that's okay. I'm not stupid. I know that I am a boss. And, then I just kind of, move on and next. Let's see, if their arms are crossed or if they're acting weird, like I would maybe, try to veer away from so much, like, you don't want to be pushy. You don't want to seem like a freaking pusher. Be aware of your surroundings. Okay, one time I was at the airport and Katie Enos was there with me too, and she was in the ladies aisle and I was behind. The lady was putting on makeup right here, and her back was to me, and Katie was on the other side, and I was like watching Katie watch her put on makeup. She was putting on makeup, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I really want to talk to her. Like I'm just sitting around at the airport, and then she started putting on lipstick. It's like, another one bites the dust every time they start putting on lipstick, right? That's going to come off, and it's that their lips are all dry, and then it's, terrible. So, it was great. Like the flight changed and we had to go over to another area in the airport, and I got to approach her and I said, hey, I noticed you putting on your makeup over there. And I said, because I do makeup. So I was watching you and I saw that you wear lipstick. And I said, how many times a day do you put that on? And she was like, a lot, and I said, oh, because, I'm a makeup artist and I have this that doesn't come off. And she's like, what? And she's like, oh, I've heard of that, okay, fine. So I had a couple testers, had my wow bag, and I sold her, 2 colors on a starter kit in the airport. That's how it happens. To be aware of your surroundings, keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, be looking for the opportunity, because it's seriously everywhere. And if a woman has a face and lips, there's opportunity for you. And pay attention. Right? So, you need to be the CEO of your company. You need to be the boss you are. You can't sign up for this and just expect that people are going to come out of the TV and they're going to bust through the window and they're going to open your car door and get in. They're not going to. You have to go out there and freaking work it, okay? This is your job, people. It's a job, and it's an awesome job where you get to have your own hours. We just have an amazing opportunity and product. And there's so many different ways to work your business. Don't take it for granted. Don't sit there and say it didn't work out for you too if you haven't tried, okay? If you don't want to, you don't want to. And people are entitled to change their mind, but don't make excuses. Because this is amazing. People want it. let's see. I love carrying my wow bag. I kind of talked about everything I wrote down, so yay. Okay, so for every 10 numbers that you get, you might book 2. Oh, you want to book those appointments in person right away. So when I talked to those 2 ladies at the gym, I made sure to book those MUAs, and preferably like within the next week, so that they don't find time to bail out, because, you know, LBB always says like more than like 12 days, bad. So try to know your schedule and know some slots that you would have. If you have a planner, make it your Bible. Carry it around with you everywhere you go. I know I'm naughty. I do mine digital. It just works for me. So I get out my calendar and I put them on it. And then you want to call them the day before and just say, I'm confirming. I want to make sure that we're on for tomorrow, right? Okay. Oh, a really big thing that I like to remember that helps me to do it scared is that I'm never going to see them again. Like, I'm never going to see them again unless they become a customer or if they become a distributor of my team. Then I'm never going to see them again. So it really helps me to be able to feel like I can talk to them. You've got to have fun, you guys. You got to have fun. It's that, again, the passion and having fun is the biggest magnet that you have. Oh, if what you're doing isn't working, then take a look at that and be honest with yourself. And I would encourage you to ask for help. When I get like in a slump, or I get down, or I start feeling like something I'm doing isn't working, or I need to change, then guess what? I have freaking like so many Sun and Sisters. I can message them and say, hey, I need help. What are you doing? Or like, look it, I said this. What would you say next? You know? I'm feeling uninspired, or I'm feeling afraid, or whatever. Like, it's okay to say these things, and it's okay to feel those things, right? What's not okay is for you to just make an excuse and say, oh, well, I wasn't good at this. I didn't do it. It's not working, so I quit and I'm done. Because it works for other people, and if they can do it, then why can't I do it? Okay, and maybe not exactly like they do it, right? Comparison is the death of joy, but I do know that there is huge possibility, and so if I'm not getting great results, then I need to check myself, and I need to see, you know, am I just word vomiting all over people? Am I just being like a freaking pusher and not trying to connect with them and not trying to see them as a human, not trying to add value to their life? What is it that I'm doing? I need to know. So it's okay. It's okay if you're doing something, you know, not right. It's okay if you're not getting results. You look for the solution. Don't live in the problem. Okay. It doesn't even have to be a SendAgents distributor, right? If you know somebody else in direct sales that's killing it, ask them. Let's see. All right. So don't talk too much. Do listen. Don't act desperate. Do act cool, like you have something in demand, right? Try to be like in a hurry and busy. Do set the appointment on the spot, and do always find a way to bring the conversation back to our makeup. Something else, you know, that's good to remember is, you know, you tell everyone about what you love, right? You always have. You always have. If you go somewhere and you like something, you tell them about your favorite restaurant. I just downloaded this new exercise app. I can't stop talking about it. I'm telling everybody about it. And I never get paid for any of that stuff. Now I have something that I am so into and I'm so passionate about. I truly 100% love, and I get to tell everyone about it. So don't let the fact that you're getting something fool you and keep you from remembering that you are giving something huge, and you know, that you are serving others by sharing this. And you know, like Joni says, changing the way women kiss. Amazing. amazing. I mean, 4 months postpartum is when I found this, and I did not feel good, but I put this on and I felt a spark, and I got to kiss my baby all day long. It was really a gift, and then it led me to this, which has been just a huge gift. In so many more ways than I ever imagined. I am so grateful and blessed for this opportunity, and I love strangers, so I'm blessed in that way. And if you don't, it's okay. You can do this in your way, but you can do this. And you tell yourself every day when you wake up, I can do this, right? That's it. And just have confidence, and remember how you felt when, whatever your why is, when you signed up for this. Why did you sign up for this? What were you thinking? Were you grateful that the person that showed it to you? Yes, you were. So don't get caught up, and don't forget. So if you hate big crowds, again, work in the solution. You don't have to do big crowds, but you do have to talk to people, and you have to get through that. You've got to move through that. Bring a friend out with you, to wherever, mall, you're going to go out to coffee and set up your testers, whatever. Figure out what, feels comfortable for you. Try that, and then bust through that, and then make yourself uncomfortable. And so I want to challenge you this weekend to do something that makes you uncomfortable, because that is where the magic happens, is where you're uncomfortable. And if you're uncomfortable, remind yourself, this is good. I'm doing good things, right? Even if you make a mistake, you're doing a good thing because you're learning. What do you say to people who won't buy because their bestie was messed up over the company? Okay, I'm having a hard time comprehending that here on the spot. People who won't buy. Well, you know what? If people won't buy because of blah, 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 what I always say is next, because I'm going to find the person who does want this in their life. Always. When the door closes, I'm going through the window, because that's what I do. So, there's a ton of resources here. There's women that have done so many wonderful videos in this group, and I did not do this by myself. I asked for help, and I allowed myself to maybe sometimes sound salesy, or say something that I was embarrassed about, right? And I give myself grace, and then I said, like, okay, what could I do better? Right? It's okay. The only one that's perfect is God. And that's okay. And that's cool, because that takes a lot of pressure off of me to just be a freaking human and do the best I can. That's all that I can do. So I hope that you guys have gotten some value out of this video. I hope that I meet you at seminar. I won't be going to Pitt because I'll be in Australia, down under, with my terrible accent, because of SeneGence. And I mean, that's bucket list stuff, you guys. That's stuff that I never, ever imagined could be possible. And, I get to go do that. And it's an amazing gift that I don't take for granted. And I've worked hard for it. So, it was not luck. All right. I'm not going to cry, but I totally teared up. So you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart, for joining me today. And, I hope that you take my challenge and go do something that's going to make you uncomfortable, that's going to add value to somebody's life and elevate your business to the next level. And thank you so much for all the hearts. Love you, girls. Bye.